Hi, good day everyone. I'm Chong. Welcome to today's session where I'll be teaching you about active listening skills. If we want others to listen to us, we must first aspire to be a good listener. Now, if I can quote the great Chinese ancient philosopher Confucius, he once said, "What you do not like, if done to you, don't do it to others." So if you want us to listen to you, then reciprocally, we should learn to be a good listener. Why good listening skills are important? Interpersonally, every day we talk to people who are our superiors, people who are our peers, and people who are subordinates. We talk to salespeople, we go to meetings and meet all different people from different organizations. So listening skills allow us to connect to these various agencies and people that we talk to in a very constructive and tactful way. What hurts the listening process? One of the issues that hurt the interaction between speaker and listener is that we tend to prejudge the other person. Based on what we know of them, we stereotype people, or we frame them based on what people have told us about them, or certain habits that they have. I think we should leave this out of the window when we start to talk to people so that we can stay pure and focus on that conversation. Secondly, we also have the habit sometimes, some of us, to let our minds wander. Now, in a very busy world, sometimes when we're talking to someone across the table, we tend to be worried in the back of our mind about the issue that need to be sorted out within the next 3 hours, or I need to respond to CEO before the day is end. Such other preoccupations sort of dilute that listening process between you and the listener. Thirdly, sometimes we might lose interest. In what ways? The person may have been telling you something they already know, or you might be quite upset. Look, this guy is coming with the same problem again. Why is he not listening? Now, we should be there for that person and we should not prejudge them. Worst of all is to fake attention. Now, when you pretend to be interested, the other party can tell, because when you're genuinely interested, the body language will manifest and show certain signals. It is all instinctive, we can't control it. So the best is to be authentic, be there with them emotionally, cognitively as you're talking to them in that conversation. Listening to serve others. When we listen to others, we should listen for two things. We listen for the facts they share with us. More importantly, we should listen to the feelings embedded within the way they present the facts to us. I think that's awfully important. The quality of dialogue impacts the quality of relationships. Now, as we interact, discuss, share our view with the other person, we're actually essentially building work capital and social capital in the process. And this is critical for organizational success. In great organization, because they can share openly and they share truthfully and constructively, even when they disagree, they put it in a very respectful, amicable, and constructive fashion. In active listening, both parties must come to the table committed to share exactly what they feel, and their commitment to resolve the issue at hand. It also means essentially to be connected to the other person, not only cognitively, but interpersonally and emotionally as well. As we engage in active listening, we do not just listen to the utterance for the other person, we also observe the whole person interpersonally, their facial expression, the pause, the slight tilt of the head to show their concern, or they sort of furrow their eyebrows as you mentioned a point. All these register to you that maybe they don't agree, they don't quite agree, or they feel that while you feel that is correct, we have a different opinion about it. So all these little semantic cues from their facial expression, their gestures, do not discount them. So the worst is to continue talking when you see someone registering to you non-verbally through their facial features, they're not convinced by what you say, then maybe perhaps don't press on. Take a little pause, bring it back to the moment. Sorry, I sense that what I said you don't quite agree. Bring it back to the moment and you can have the conversation to sort of get deeper and broader into the issue. To create a generative conversation, it really requires us to pick up the skill to be able to mix the use of two types of questions. First, what we have, the closed questions, and the other type would be what we call the open-ended questions. What are closed questions? Closed questions, you elicit the answer, there's either yes or no. For instance, if I ask you, did you have lunch? Yes. Open-ended questions, when you craft it well and deliver it well, the response will never be a yes or no because of the nature of your question. For instance, what kind of lunch did you have today? Now, to develop active listening skills, there are a few things we need to take note of. First of all, in active speaking, we believe that when you talk to somebody, you should maintain your eye contact with the person in front of you. Now that, however, does not mean gawking at the person, all right? It makes people uncomfortable and maybe distracting. Put the other person at ease. Never interrupt somebody, especially when they're upset with the issue. So basically, don't patronize them, okay? Because to them, it is important. When you empathize, we need to do it genuinely. Now, empathy comes naturally when you feel sad, when you feel concerned for somebody, so there's no need in a way to sort of orchestrate the feeling. Asking probing questions and letting the speaker speak fully is part of good active listening skills. Now, why do we ask probing questions? When someone shares with you an issue which you are hearing for the first time, it's important to probe further. This allows us to get into the context of the issue. When you ask probing questions, you are forcing in a way the speaker to say a bit more here, say a bit more there. We should learn the ability to paraphrase. Why is that important? Because in interpersonal communication, certain words people use, to them it may mean this. The same words that they use to you may mean something else. So paraphrasing allows us to establish this common line of what we're talking about or what you're saying. I think we should refrain from doing things while the other person is talking. Why is that important? Because if we come from an area of basic respect, when someone is talking to you, I think we should show them our respect, slant our body slightly forward, show our interest in what they are speaking about. Now, a lot of people tell me, but Heng Chong, sometimes I can multitask. I can listen and I can tap my phone yet while listening. I still think the basic respect for each person when we're talking to each other is to give our whole selves to them so that they feel respected based on what they're trying to tell us. That's it for today. Thank you very much. I hope you liked this video and I hope you've taken something away today. Please help me out. If you want more of my content, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel as it keeps me going, and I hope to see you again.